Hello, welcome to another video. Umut here. Today I'm going to create another art journal. I have my Dilutions journal now since I finished my Moleskine one. This time I wanted to continue with Dilutions to have a change. In today's background I'm going to use my Brushos. These are the powder pigments like infusions but different brand. I got my blues and black to create a night background. I love creating night backgrounds with these powder pigments because when I do it, it already has a texture which I like. And I'm going to use this cobalt blue, ost blue and black to create my background. It's a night scenery. And I'm sprinkling this powder and using my matte medium to activate the powder and give some color. Today's art journal is inspired by some of the beautiful books that I have in my library. As you know, I'm a fan of books and I have a book blog and I'm actively reading, reviewing books. So if you want to check it out, I'll leave the link down below anyway, if you have also a common interest like me. And I have a quite large book collection. Especially I love collecting classic books in nice editions. So I am inspired with a few of them that I will show you at the end of the video. So don't miss it. They are very beautiful and maybe it will give you ideas to buy books for yourself or as gifts. I will show you some editions that I love. Also for kids too. So when you see the books, you will understand the colors and the setting of my journal page. And I love reading books at night. It gives me a certain sense of peace. So today's concept will be reading in the night, and you will see how I got inspired and created this page. So while I was talking, I continued mixing my colors, blacks, blues with my matte medium. And I splashed some water to create a little bit of more texture with the splashes, as you see. And I continued giving a little bit more color, especially on the edges with black. But I'm really happy with the result. It's not flat, it has quite a bit of texture. And I'm going to do some embossing today. This is my embossing pillow that gives some powder for the embossing powder to stick only at the place I stamp. This is a chandelier stamp that I had in my stash for ages and I haven't used it for years, but now is the time. So I'm using my Versamark to stamp in the middle of my page to create a chandelier, and I am going to use my silver embossing powder by Wow to emboss this chandelier image. Remember, the concept is reading at night, so I'm creating some light. The page will come piece by piece together and you will see where I'm heading towards. I'm just heat setting this embossed area and I love this chandelier image. There are a couple of pieces, parts that didn't stamp, but I'm using my silver gel pen to complete the image. And now I'm going to stamp this beautiful script stamp by Penny Black. Again, I will emboss it with silver just to have a better or more interesting background. And since the concept is books, a script stamp is really appropriate. And again, I'm using my silver embossing powder here and there. I didn't want to stamp everywhere. This is just at the background and really goes with the concept. Now I'm going to heat set these script embossed areas. It looks nice and shiny. And I'm going to do some stenciling as a next step. This is a Tim Holtz stamp from an old collection. And I'm using a silver wax, metallic gilding wax and my stencil brush. Over this stencil To simulate that this chandelier is giving light, I'm just taking the wax and going over my stencil with this brush. It's really easy, and you will see the result will be really nice. Today's color scheme is blues and silvers because what I am inspired has blues and silvers. You will see in the end. And I'm just extending this ray of light to have a more natural look, not like cut off. But no worries anyway, I'm going to cover the bottom of the page. Now at the bottom of the page I'm going to have some stack of books. So I'm having this cardstock cut in pieces that will be my books. I'm going to have 4 and don't worry, they will look like books when I'm finished with them. I'm not going to go for another color scheme for the books, so I'm going to use my Brushos. I'm going to use the same blues, different tones, and create 4 different books with different tones of blues. And this time I'm using water to activate the pigment because it will be nice and quick. Until I am happy with the tones of blues that I want to use, I will continue painting, mixing different colors, maybe sometimes adding black to have a darker blue. And then I'm going to dry my pieces. Now that they are ready, I'm going to just use my corner punch to have rounded corners. The corners that are not rounded disturbs me, and I'm going to use my brush to just fold the pages like because they don't seem like that on the shaft, it's rounded. Now they are ready to be sticked on my page. I'm using a thin foam tape to have a little bit raised image, but not too much since I need to close the book, and I am trying not to stick it in the middle of the spine, not to have closing problems, but it works well in the end. Now I'm going to cut the excess, and as you see the books are ready. I really like them. I'm going to use this sticker set from Bella Boulevard. It's called Tiny Text. To have my sentiment because there is quite a busy background and I want my sentiment to be clear, and I'm just arranging the beginning and in the end so that it's right in the middle. And here is my sentiment: books light the night. I made it up myself. I don't know, because they really light my nights. I love reading books in the nights for hours, so that's a sentiment from my heart. And since this is a night scene, I want to have some birds flying around, and again you will see why these birds are flying around, because it's again inspired from a book cover which I will show in the end. So I found this stamp set in my stash that is gifted by a friend, and there are little birds, so I'm going to stamp them on a cardstock and again color it with my Brushos easily. I'm going to use turquoise color this time to have them lighter, and these light blue over the dark blue will look really nice. I like these monochromatic looks. It's quite appealing to me. And actually, if you're a beginner, you can't go wrong with it. Just play with one color and light, dark, different tones, and you won't have any weird things on your journal to start with. And I'm using my ruler to have silver lines on my books. Now I'm trying to create my nice book covers. And I'm using my gel pen for this. And I have sentiments on 2 of these books and some drawings on 2 other with my silver pen again. And by coincidence, this stamp set with the birds had two sentiments that was really appropriate for this journal. One is a magic story and the other is fairy tale. So I'm going to stamp these and again emboss on two of the books, again with a silver embossing powder. I'm going to heat set it with my heat gun to have these lovely silver sentiments. And I'm going to complete my drawings in the other two. I decided to make stars on this book and some ribbons on the other. I think it looks nice to have sentiments on two and some images on the other. Final steps will be some details like my silver splashes this time. This can be stars or as usual they bring everything together because there is a lot of silver on the page. I'm going to darken my edges as well to have a nice frame. I'm using my marker from Faber-Castell and smudging it with my finger. Not too much inside, but on the edges. This really gives the definition that I like. I'm not going to smudge too much where the books are. And to make my sentiment even more prominent, I decided to use a thin black marker all around the edges of the stickers. And finally my page is finished. I really love it. I love the monochromatic look, my books and the sentiment. It's really coming from my heart. So that's why I love it so much, maybe. I hope you enjoyed too. And now I'm going to show you the beautiful books that inspired this page. Here they are. I love some editions and as I said, I have many beautiful books in my library. And here is one, Great Expectations from Charles Dickens, and here you can see the chandelier that inspired this page and the color scheme. It's leather bound edition from Penguin. So I will leave the links down below if you want to see and buy this book. It's really comfortable to read, it's beautiful to hold, and I love this book. I read it, so I would really recommend it. It's very soft to the touch because it's leather, and there are other chandeliers that I embossed as well. And here is the other where the birds are coming from. This is another Wilkie Collins's Woman in White, very famous classic. And another book that I love. This one is cloth bound collection, again from Penguin, and the birds are idea is definitely coming from there. And I wanted to show you, since I am showing books, a couple of children's classics, Anne of Green Gables and Peter Pan, from Puffin V&A collection that I have, and they have many other books. Maybe you can buy gifts to kids. So that's all for today. It was a long video, but hopefully worth it. Don't forget to give me thumbs up down below if you like this video. And please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. That's how I know you like my videos and you want to see more. And I love reading your comments, so please don't be silent. Let's chat at the comments section. Thanks so much for watching and hope to see you next time.